What type of work do you do?
We do dive into kitchens, laundries here and there, but our specialty is bathrooms.
How much work do you have on at the moment?
Just this morning we had another one that was confirmed. So we've got about 13 jobs starting the new year.
And how big are most of the projects?
It says our average sort of bathroom is looking about a 40K.
Why did you decide to join the professional builder?
Kind of just finding the correct road to take.
How have you changed as leaders during this year?
That's a great question.
What would you say to someone who is stuck?
Definitely coaching, and if you're looking into coaching, be open-minded.
So where do you guys want to take the business? What's possible for your company and yourselves going forward? All right, welcome to the Builder's Ladder, the podcast by the Professional Builder. I'm Marti, your host today, and we are with Brady and Jamie. How's it going, lads?
Yeah, good.
Can't complain. Fucking excited.
Yeah,
You
you
said
could,
email?
but it'd fall on deaf ears. All right, let's crack into it. Where are you guys based? What type of work do you do? How long have you been going?
We're based up in Brisbane, Queensland. We mainly pretty much our specialties bathrooms. But yeah, we do dive into kitchens, laundries here and there, but our specialties bathrooms. Been running at it for about 3 years now. And it's just been good ever since. Yeah. So definitely got to pop on to work lined up for the new year. So it'll be awesome.
Nice. And what's the relationship between you two? What's the structure of the business? Who have you got?
Well, bit of background how we kind of got into business. We're best friends, been best friends since we were young.
Mhm.
Had been in the same industry, like in building. Obviously, didn't work together prior to what we were doing now. And yeah, Jamie started this as a sole trader. Was sole trading originally, as a side hustle originally. Got a lot of traction and started to build up a brand and build up a bit of a reputation for himself. And then one day over a drunken conversation decided to join forces and see if we could, come together and really drive the business.
Is that Fortitude Valley, one of those drunken conversations?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. But yeah, so, and probably best decision we've ever made. I made the move we're both from Sydney. Jamie moved up a lot earlier than I did, but I made the move to come up here and kind of join forces and tackle this and see how far over.
How was that moving from Sydney to the backwater of Brisbane?
Yeah. Oh, look, big change. Absolutely big change. Moving away from family, all our loved ones, and pretty much left everyone at home. So kind of adapting to that kind of solitude and being alone. But looking back, it's been the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, and I guess you now will have been able to cheer for a superior rugby league side, right? So have you renounced your Blues card?
Never. We actually, funnily enough, on the games, we wear our jerseys to site and to client meetings just to rub it in.
I love it. How good. So tell me a little bit, why did you decide to join the professional builder? What were you looking for? What was the catalyst that prompted, hey, shit, we've got to, we want to level up our game?
I think, one of the biggest catalysts is once we got really busy, once we got a decent amount of jobs coming through, we were kind of just and ahhing, like we need a bit more guidance, we need a bit more systems in place, something that can keep us on track to say, all right, look, let's dive into this avenue first. Let's hit up systems. All right, what's next? Let's hit up, all right, what are our finances are looking like, So it's kind of just finding the correct road to take. And with TBB, it was kind of like, all right, TBB is our taxi driver. We're just telling them, all right, take us this way, and then just hit those milestones as we go along.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it was a big eye-opening point for us too. Like our first year in business, we were the marketing agency, admittedly, spending a lot of money, kind of locking in jobs, bringing in work with them. Come to the end of the year and we're like, oh, we've done all this work, done all these jobs. Where's the money to kind of show that? And had a look and we're like, our overheads are just through the roof. And I think that's where we kind of had a chat, said, all right, look, we're good builders, we're good in construction, but maybe not the best business owners. And admittedly, we're still quite young. So we were like, what is the best form of attack for this? And we just were like, we need to seek some type of help somewhere, someone who can kind of guide us and show us I guess, a roadmap or a pathway of what's the first thing we should identify and the first thing we should stick off. And the first thing was, recalculate your overheads, have a look at your overheads and minimize your spending. And that's the first thing we implemented. And the first thing we did.
100% right. Like, you got to be, business is a numbers game. That's why we start with numbers, dialing in your numbers with everyone, and we have the monthly financial report. And you need to be within those golden ratios, the 20 to 25% plus gross margin, overheads 8 to 12%, ideally around 10, and then a net after paying yourself both a market rate salary of at least 10% plus. So how much work do you have on at the moment, and what's how are you getting those jobs?
Yeah, so at the moment we've pretty much got a project or two leading up until the end of November. So that's, a bathroom starting every week from now to the end of November, and that should carry us until Christmas finish. And then coming into the new year, we've got about, just this morning we had another one that was confirmed. So we've got about 13 jobs starting the new year.
Awesome. And so, yeah, that's excellent. And how big are most of the projects? Because bathrooms can range from 5 to,
Yeah, look, on average, I was just checking out Build Exact numbers. It says our average sort of bathroom is looking about a 40K. So, right, but yeah.
do you tier your pricing? Do you go, cool, if it's sub 10K, it's 50%, 10 to 20 is 40%, 20 to 50 sits in our 30 to 35% pocket?
Yeah, look, generally on anything below 50, I'll mark it up by 60%. So at the end of the day, that profit margin could be anywhere between that 30 to 33%. But anything over that 50K mark, I'll tend to drop that margin now, just because obviously it's a lot more work. I mean, it's a lot less time for a lot more gain in the financial realm.
Yep,
So
100%.
So yeah, we'll drop that down to about that 50% marker, which again will keep us around that 29% margin. Yeah.
How have you changed as leaders during this year?
That's a great question. I think, yeah. I guess, like, on my end, I would say maybe not just this year, but since starting the business, because we've been doing this for the last 2 years, but really having to dial in and learn how to interact with subbies, and learn how to keep my patience. And one big thing I've learned from you is growing leaders, not just teaching people or telling people what to do, but critical thinking. And rather than getting angry with trades when things go wrong, it's how do I get them to come up with solutions and provide solutions rather than come to me with problems. So one thing that I think I've started to do in my leadership is really instill with our subbies that we use is, all right, beautiful, you've come to me with this solution. Before I even answer this question, give me you come to me with this problem. Before I even answer this question, give me 2 solutions on what you're thinking we're gonna do. I'll tell you if I think they're good. If you're really stuck, I'll come up with something, but I want to hear your thoughts, your critical thinking before we even move on from here. Because
100%. Like, I think it's one of the greatest tools that everyone can apply into their business is PSR. So what is the problem? Have they defined it correctly and specifically? What are 2 to 3 potential solutions? And then what is their one recommendation? So this way you're getting the monkey off your back. You're creating a founder's or an owner's mentality throughout your team. You're raising leaders, and you're really inspiring and motivating people that they can have a voice, they can contribute, as opposed to just being a cog in the machine.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's one thing I really want to instill with our subbies is that they're an extension of us. So they help us, and in turn, we help them with providing work as well. So I want them to think of us as a big team rather than just workers are working for us. It's
absolutely. And then you can introduce the 1% referral system to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Exactly.
Clean up.
And have them out there as your sales reps. So how many have you got on the team at the moment, and how is the team structured?
Internal, so it's just myself and Jamie, and
And
a virtual,
yeah.
and a virtual assistant who runs admin, and then also does some design, so our in-house design drawings, and also some estimation, and just kind of alleviates us with tasks that are getting repetitive and kind of helping us. That's the internal team for the time being. Our split is Jamie handles sales and marketing. I take on project management and finances, pretty much. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And what's been the most useful tool, resource, or aspect that you've used so far with TPB?
I don't know if this is a simple one, but something that has like changed the game for me was the default diary. Like pre-default diary, I would have 10 tasks and I would do 10% of 10 tasks, and at the end of the day be like, I've attacked every task minimally and not completed anything, and felt so unorganized. Ever since our system of what we do is we spend for the last half an hour of every Friday, we get into a Teams call. So myself, Jamie, and our VA Shayla, and we build out our default diary for the week, right? Like coming, and that's just really cleared up. I've started to be able to tick off tasks, identify exactly what I need to tick off. And a lot of stuff's left my head. So a lot of stress has left my head because I know I've written everything down. I know what I need to attack on the next day.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think for me as well, one, definitely the default diary, especially when we first started up. But the second thing, especially coming from that seminar, that 2-day summit, I think one thing that what's his name instilled on us, that builder that's got that lookbook and stuff. Yeah, it was just
Simon?
Yeah, Simon. Yeah, Simon. That one thing he instilled was just that, like, that 10-step sales process was pretty much a Bible, between winning and losing a job. So I was like, that whole system alone was like, yep, that's a godsend for me.
It's like, why reinvent the wheel, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
so what would you say to someone who is stuck, or they're plateaued, or they're not achieving, what they could or should be?
In terms of the building game, other builders who are also doing kind of what we're doing. Yeah. I mean, look, guidance is always crucial. And reaching out to anyone like TPB, anyone who can kind of give you guys a clear path, and yeah, just kind of give you some guidance. Everyone's obviously, admittedly, in different situations. For us, it worked very well. And I would, anyone who was in our situation or in a situation of, not having clarity in their business, or struggling, or finding that they're not making the money they thought they would be making, get out there and get a bit of help. Speak to someone, speak to the professionals.
Definitely coaching. Definitely coaching. And if you're looking into coaching, be open-minded. Don't be stuck in your ways where you're just like, no, it's my way or the highway. I don't need to learn anything. I've been in business especially the older guys. I've been in business for 30 years. Everything I do is correct.
Yeah.
So I think just being open-minded, be like, look, the game's changed. Right?
Yeah.
The game's changed. So just being open-minded.
If I can touch on one thing, I think going to the summit was the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Getting to meet you guys in person has helped us build a connection with Andy, our coach, a more personable connection. I feel like I understand him on a personal level now. We can relate to him. It's helped us as a business be able to run to you guys and not from you guys.
Yeah.
So I to anyone who's ever thinking about doing a summit or is unsure, just do it. It was the best thing I ever did.
Could be anything. Yeah, even that roadshow up there, that would have been cool to go to too.
Awesome. Yeah, Andy is a champion. Shout out, Andy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Shout out to Andy.
Yeah, shout out to Andy.
If you're watching, Andy, we love you.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So where do you guys want to take the business? What's possible for your company and yourselves going forward?
Look, for the time being, we want to become masters in what we're doing. So we want to continue to drive the bathroom route, and really hone in on that craft. But we're also looking at spreading our wings and moving into potentially some bigger jobs, so house extensions, bigger house, full house renos. Admittedly, I'm a commercial construction boy, so I'd like to go down the shop fitting route as well. But yeah, I think for the time being, is just honing in on the bathrooms and becoming the best in our niche, and then branching out into some other stuff. But
yeah, no, I mean we pretty much got the same goals there. Definitely expanding our knowledge, across shop fit outs, extensions, even new house builds if that ever comes across. But I think one of the main things are as well, I guess, moving forward is just making that higher. Expanding across the Queensland state, even expanding down into New South Wales, pretty much where we're from as well. So if we can kind of take out that coastline, with 1 or 2 more shops here and there, whatever it is. But yeah, definitely that's kind of our goal moving forward. Just first things first would be just that higher, and then even getting ourselves an office and all that type of stuff.
I guess buying back time in Brisbane and setting up a good system and process in Brisbane where we can alleviate and go, all right, sweet, where do you want to go next? Maybe Gold Coast, Sunny Coast, Byron Bay, and then slowly trickle down the coastline would be pretty cool.
Not Dubbo?
Nah, not yet.
I love it. All right. I love seeing guys in momentum, great people winning. Pleasure talking to you today, and I look forward to seeing more momentum and more wins from you guys. Appreciate you both.
Appreciate you, Marty. Thank you very much, mate.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good one.
All right.